Hello, I'm Renee Esquivel, and you're tuned into my YouTube channel, Technologist on the Go. I'll be right direct. I want to use Apple Silicon. It has amazing advantages, but I have been held back thus far because it doesn't have bootcamp, a native Windows that I can run. And I would be happy if it did. But even if it did, an ARM64, a RISC processor-based Windows, always adds a shade of gray and a possible doubt compared to running Windows Intel natively. And certainly that's not possible on the Apple Silicon. There's no kind of a daughter card there to let you run a native Windows on an Intel processor. And if it did, it would defeat the whole purpose of the excellent battery life that these have. Those Intel, even when they're low power consumption, they suck up power. That said, this video is a culmination of 2 years' effort for me to come up with a viable way to have native Windows alongside Apple Silicon. So with that, I hope you do enjoy the video and post any questions you have on it. Let's get right into it, okay? Okay, you can see here, this is the 2020 M1 based 13-inch MacBook Pro. And this is hardware requirement number 1. Gotta have a MacBook silicone based for this particular solution I'm working out. Okay, this is the second hardware requirement on the list. It's the Pocket PC. This is a critical element there. And this particular one has one USB 3.0 port on the side, DC power there. This is for resetting it if you need to. The power on button, video output via HDMI, cooling vent, and an Ethernet, built-in Ethernet, a headphone jack if needed, and 2 additional USB 3.0 ports. No USB-C, just Type A's on those. And this one, as you can see there, it's running an Intel Celeron J4125 processor, 8 gigs RAM, 256 gigabyte storage. That's an M2 SSD, mini SSD, which is accessible off this plate with that screw. So you can actually upgrade that yourself later on if you so choose. And this is the power adapter. It'd be nice, wouldn't it be nice if this had built-in battery, but it doesn't, so it does require a power source. And this is an HDMI extender for those moments where it's not practical to try to plug this into a monitor or video capture device. And so it comes in handy to have that. Okay, we see hardware requirement number 3. It's your video capture device. In this case, I have a USB-C to HDMI female input. This particular capture device from Amazon came with a USB Type A to USB-C adapter in the event that your target device for the video capture doesn't have USB-C. In the case of the 13-inch MacBook Pros and MacBook Airs, all you have is Thunderbolt, which uses a USB-C type female input port. Okay, here's hardware requirement number 4. And if everything works as it should, this would only be necessary if you were, as a matter of preference. But in the event that barrier doesn't work, you need something for the keyboard and mouse function. And depending on what your circumstances are, you may not have a lot of time to troubleshoot, as people may simply expect you to be getting onto a call. And this is the Logitech K400R wireless keyboard mouse combo, and I love it. Trackpad, mouse, click buttons, everything I need is here. And of course, this operates by a USB dongle. And as you saw, the Pocket PC has 3 USB ports on it, so we're good. Okay, this is hardware requirement number 4. It's not really a requirement, it's optional, but it's the fillet removable flex pocket that I have placed on the outside, on the back of the monitor for my MacBook Pro. And with the pocket opened up to the pocket here, opened up to the Thunderbolt ports, and that's because it's into that port that I'll connect the video capture. And then on the other end of that video capture, it will plug into the HDMI output of the Pocket PC. So I have it there. Of course, it'll be a little bulkier when cables are connected to it, but this is the gist. Keep the Pocket PC close by so that I don't have a bunch of, as I'm in operation, a number of devices and little dongles off to the side. It just creates, it doesn't look good, and it could potentially create havoc. Okay, let's go through the software requirements. First one is we want to download ODB Studio for the Mac OS. So if you do a search on that, as you saw in my search string, you'll see the download OBS link in your search results. Click on that, and you want to install the version for the ARM64 Apple Silicon. Okay, that'll take care of that requirement. That will be for displaying the video output of the Pocket PC. Next requirement is to download Barrier. We'll install this on both the Mac OS side and on the Windows Pocket PC. Mac OS is going to be the server so that it can share its keyboard and mouse with the Windows Pocket PC, and you can control the Pocket PC that way. You got to have version 2.3.4. The current version is 2.4.0.2, I believe. It just won't work as a server. It will not work. So fight with that if you want to, but I found this works. So version 2.3.4. When you do a search on that, you'll get links, a SourceForge and a Debauchee link over on GitHub. That's the one you want. And when you do, you go to version 2.3.4. You'll see that here. And so go ahead and click on that. And here is your Mac OS software, the .dmg. Now, as far as the Windows goes, I do a search on download Barrier 2.3.4, and I mean, I had it up there on that prior link, but just so you can see, it releases Debauchee GitHub right here, and you can go with the latest at 2.4, or you can go with 2, which is right here, the executable. You can go with that one on that side because the Windows is just going to be the client. Next requirement is to download TeamViewer, and that you want to install on both the Mac and the Windows. And this link will let you do it on the Mac side, on the Windows side, and Mac. I just want to. They changed things a little bit at this website if this is the software you want to use. So I just want to point out, you want the host version. Host lets you act as a client, but also lets somebody remote into your computer. And so you'll need this on the Windows Pocket PC. And then, as you were, for the Mac side, I clicked on the Mac OS, obviously. And then, again, you want to use the host. Install that version there, okay? Okay, I'm going to do a basic setup here so you can see the Windows and Mac OS interaction. I did it I captured it live when I was on site, but due to lighting issues, I just wanted to reenact it so you can see it clearly. Obviously, I'll take the Pocket PC and I will connect it to my video capture device. You can see there, video capture. And then I will go ahead and connect it to one of the available Thunderbolt ports on my MacBook Pro. You can see I'm running OBS Studio already. I've already set it up so that it's, if you want to look at the properties there, it's the video capture device. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and connect power now, DC power, to the Pocket PC. I'm gonna press the power on button, turn it on, and I'm gonna go ahead and place that into the fillet pocket. Again, I wanna minimize the amount of space I'm taking up. The more things that are dangled around, the more things that can get caught on something and cause a disaster. I don't want my MacBook yanked to the floor. Okay, at this point, I should be seeing output. I don't yet. So a lot of times with the capture device, I just have to toggle the properties for it. So let me toggle to the FaceTime camera. Okay, you can see here it's working. I'm capturing the login for the Windows 11. So I'll go ahead and I'll go to full screen projector here and select the built-in Retina display. That way I can go full screen. Now at this point, if I click or try to do anything on the keyboard, it does nothing because keyboard is still on the Mac side. As far as the barrier goes, and you can see this in a video I have on setting up barrier, I've already defined my Pocket PC to activate when I move the mouse cursor below the MacBook Pro. Okay, I'll show you that. Going back here to OBS Studio in full screen, I simply move the mouse down, 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 and now how you see it, how it's appeared right there. Now I'm actually controlling the Windows 11. Now whenever there's pop-ups like that, I have to scroll back down again, but now I can log in, and I went right into the desktop, and at this point now, I got full KVM going because the MacBook is doing the video capture of the output of the Pocket PC, and its keyboard and trackpad are providing the keyboard and mouse function, full KVM. So at this point, I can launch Microsoft Edge. And you have to be a little patient. It is, after all, a Celeron. And it's certainly not Apple silicone. But it does perform well. In another video, I demonstrated doing cloud gaming on this, and it did good. Not like the Apple, but it did good. And it does get hot, too, even though it's a low power consumption Celeron, it's not Apple silicone. Okay, so there you see this in full action. And a basic setup, and then momentarily you'll see it in operating live on a customer site. And to its credit, I just wanted to show what it was, what it would be like without that fillet pouch. I'd have to have this off to the side of my MacBook Pro, which it's fine. It just takes up space, and it is just a lot easier to place all that inside the fillet pocket. See? And just less space taken up here on the side. And again, and then with my keyboard and mouse, I have full windows there. Okay, here you see me launching the WebEx meeting. And this is on the Pocket PC. I'm going to be joining the meeting once I enter in some information. And at this point, remote support is accessing the router in question via the Cisco console cable I have connected to the Pocket PC, and using the Cisco WebEx screen share, and I gave them remote control of the Pocket PC. Now they're working on it. They don't know they're on a Pocket PC. There's no need to know, actually, because it's a full Windows, and they're able to go do what they need to do. If you're the kind of power user like I am that needs native Intel Windows, then I think you'll find a lot of value in this particular solution. And if you're not at that point yet, just knowing this is possible, it's good to know. Post any questions you have. I know that it ended up being somewhat high level, because if I were to put in a video on using and installing and using Barrier, installing and using TeamViewer, installing and using OBS Studio, well, it make the video a lot longer, and there's plenty of people who don't want to look at long videos. But I'll post links I have to videos that address those individual topics in greater detail. But I'll look at any questions you have, take feedback if there's something more you want, and I'll add that. Until next time, please like and subscribe, and I'll do the same on your channel, so that as good neighbors we help each other out and build each other up. Until then, bye-bye.